Hey guys, Sunstreaker was here, and another video in my series of the different classes of bots in the game, and this time I'm going to talk about gunners in the game. Now I talk about gunners, they are the type that can shoot over walls, shoot quite a far distance, and for me they are one of the most important bots in the game as a classification. I use a lot of tanks, gunners, healers, and with tanks, there is a huge variety of tanks, but when you talk about gunners in the game, they are some of the most important bots in the game to have. So we're going to go through them, talk about the advantages, disadvantages, and how I like to use them, and generally just get a gist of, what are the decent ones to get and the less decent ones. So, first on the list, I've covered him in a previous video about jets as such, and that is Bravo. Bravo, one of the best gunners in the game because he can take out max mortar sooner than anyone else. And that is really important. So a really good bot to have. Decent DPS, decent all-rounder, and you can see he's one of the only bots that I give level 8 to at the minute so he can take out the max mortars. Prowl is right behind him, but he takes an extra level because he has slightly lower DPS. Bravo and Prowl used to be the same DPS, so could take out max mortars at the same time. But then they nerfed Prowl, and I hate it when they nerf bots. I think that if you've worked to get a bot up to a certain level, because he can do something or whatever task you want to give him at that level, for him to get nerfed after you put the money and effort into him, he then can't do what you put the effort in to make him do, and that's really frustrating. If you're going to do that, give another bot a buff. Everyone likes a buff, no one likes a nerf, and that's a fact. You're always going to annoy someone by giving someone a nerf, but if you give someone a bot, it generally makes people a lot happier. So I'm more of a fan, obviously, of buffs than nerfs. But yeah, Prowl, one level behind Alpha Bravo, but pretty much exactly the same bot in essence. Next we've got Sunstreaker. Now obviously, generally being Sunstreaker was I love Sunstreaker as such, and luckily enough he is one of the best bots in the game as such as well. Really good bot to have because he has an area of effect, and that's really important, especially when you get to higher levels and with power leveling. And if you want to look on power leveling, there's plenty of videos out there about power leveling, guys. It's been done to death. Everyone's got their own opinion on it, how to do it, and it's really important in the game. But generally, just to touch on it dead quick, power leveling, basically, you take the least amount of bots possible in the highest zone possible. And my advice is always take an AoE bot. I've talked about AoE bots in all my other videos, so if you're not sure what an AoE bot is, area of effect, it's basically a bot that has a large radius as such. You can't take out just one defense, but could take out multiple defenses at the same time. Plenty of AoE bots out there. Go and look them up, guys. Go and look up power leveling. Go and watch some videos on it if you're not sure how to do it. Really important. So cracking on. Yes, Sunstreaker, so really good. The disadvantage of Sunstreaker though is that his burn takes quite a while to destroy defenses. So once you set his barrage onto the defenses, it does take quite a few seconds for it to burn down, and in that time they're still attacking your bots, and that's where Jazz comes in slightly better, because Jazz's auto strike takes out defense instantly, but Jazz's ability is 9 ability points, which is quite costly, where Sunstreaker's is only 7. So it's a playoff. Do you want instant hit, but it's 9 ability points? Or do you want a slow burn, which takes a bit longer, but only 7 ability points? So yeah, so generally, it's important to have at least one of them bots in wars, especially at HQ 14. Once you get to HQ 15, these bots need to be really high level to do this, and not a lot of people have it. But HQ 14, I think they both one-shot at level 50. So get them bots up to 50 so they can one-shot defenses, and you'll find your attacks are a lot easier, guys. A lot easier. So next going on the list is Cliffjumper. Now Cliffjumper, not that good a bot really, to answer you, in general. But what he is good at, I've covered it in my last video again, about outposts. So base design number 3, I think it is, where I look at outpost bots. Look that up about Cliffjumper. Really good bot to put in outposts. Other than that, it's okay. It's quite situational, in like you have to use him with Star Saber or Strafe or such when doing attacks, because it does 40% extra damage to whatever bots are doing it. So if you're using Strafe, if he does 800 damage per hit, once you've used Cliffjumper, it does an extra 40%. So that's roughly around 1,150 damage that Strafe now does on the defences that Cliffjumper has effect on. So yeah, decent bot. Not great, but not rubbish. Rodimus, pretty decent. Really good DPS. Really good bot to generally, like Skyburst, just to sit behind the defences and attack. Sit behind the tanks and attack defences. So really good. And he is good to couple with the likes of Hotspot, who you were sending to the outposts to pop them, because he will attract all the defences. And like I said, when you're using a suicide bot or such, which I covered in my last video about suicide bots, when you're using a suicide bot to pop outposts, Rodimus is a really good bot to use to do that. So Rodimus is a good bot to have. I've only had mine a few weeks, so it's leveling up slow. Like I said, I've got more important bots to do. But yeah, another good bot to have. Then we got Niraj. Niraj is okay. He's not bad. He's not a insta-kill bot where he can take out a defense instantly. He's an EMP bot. And I'm not a big fan of EMP bots. I'm not a big fan of Bumblebee. I'm not a big fan of Silverbolt. And I'm not a big fan of RC or Mirage as such. But still a good bot to have, and definitely worth getting because he's part of Op Maximus. So yeah, not a bad bot to have, but not great as such. There are better bots out there. Next we have a couple of bots that I don't have, and one is Sea Spray. Now Sea Spray is a really good bot. When he first came out, everyone ridiculed him, including me, to be honest with you. And now I'm actually eating my words, and he's the one of the few bots that I really want. I don't have a 4-star Sea Spray recently, at the minute. Not many 4-stars I haven't got. You can see there. There's not many that I haven't got. But Sea Spray is definitely top of that list, believe it or not. Before Slug, before Windblade, before Skyburst even. Before Skydive. Definitely before Grimlock and Op Primal. Sea Spray is my 4-star that I want next. And the reason is that when you use Star Saber, and I know I bang on about Star Saber a lot, but it's because I use him for everything. I use him for leveling. I use him for general attacks. I use him in wars. I use Star Saber for everything. And so any bot that you can couple with Star Saber becomes a good bot. And if you can send Star Saber in and then send Sea Spray in straight afterwards, then them two are devastating together. And because I put so much effort into my Star Saber, sometimes he has to do 2 runs in wars to take out defenses because he's quite strong enough, and that is really costly. And don't get me wrong, Sea Spray is quite costly, but when you couple the two, obviously Sea Spray's first attack is a lot less than Star Saber's second attack. So really good to couple up them 2 bots. So yeah, I really want a Sea Spray as my next bot. And then next we've got Skyburst. Talked about her in my last video as such. Still don't bang on about her too much because I really don't like the fact that I just cannot get her. No matter how many bundles I buy, I cannot get Skyburst. But yeah, she is a really good bot. Crazy DPS. And obviously soon, Victorian is going to come out soon. It's obvious. All the bots are there. It's ready made. I think the Victoria will be the next combiner out. I'm pretty sure. Because it's all ready made, ready to go. So yeah, so a really important bot to get. And then we've got Stormclash, same again, Victorian bots, an important one to get. Can't one-shot as soon as Jetfire and as soon as Firefly, which I covered again in my last video. Go and look that up. But still a decent gunner to have. And then last we've got Cup. Oh, and Dust Up. Now Cup's brand new to the game, and everyone has said how OP he is. And I don't have a 4-star. I've not leveled my 3-star. I don't touch any of my 3-stars, to be honest with you. Only 4 stars as such, because they are the end game as such. Or so I'm told they are the end game currently. But Cup looks OP. Basically, he can hop to the HQ like Star Saber can, but even Star Saber has a limited reach sometimes, and some bases can be tricky. But Cup can just bounce all the way to the headquarters. There's plenty of videos out there. Just go and look it up on YouTube. There's plenty of videos out there showing how Cup is used. But basically, Space Ape are trying to do away with time traps. I've said this in every single video pretty much. Time traps are rubbish. Space Ape don't like them. They're going to do everything in their power to stop time traps. And Cup is one of them. So if you have a time trap base, if you're against someone with a Cup or with Star Saber, you are in trouble. And that's a fact. If you've got both, then you are definitely in trouble if you have a time trap base. So yeah. And then Dust Up. I really like Dust Up. I don't have 4 stars, as you can see, but I really want her. And she is a really good bot to have. And the reason for that is that she obviously she's part of Victorian. That's one of the really important parts. But not just that, but she is an AoE bot. And an AoE bot is really important because you can couple them up again with Strafe, with Star Saber, with bots like that. Other AoE bots. And if you couple Dust Up with Saber, then them two between themselves can take out everything. Because Dust Up has a lower damage than most other bots, lower than Rustos and things like that. But the area is so wide that if you send Saber in and he can't quite take out the defences, Dust Up will mop up afterwards. And same again, when Dust Up first come out, she got ridiculed and everyone said, oh, she's rubbish. But as soon as Star Saber come out, it changed everything. It changed everyone's perception about these AoE bots. So bots like Rustos, bots like Dust Up, bots like Sea Spray, they got a whole lot of love because of this. And they are really good bots now to have to couple with Star Saber. If you've got a Star Saber, these are the bots to get. If you've got these bots, you need a Star Saber. I know I bang on about Star Saber, and I apologise that I keep going about him so much, but that is how important in this game he really is to get. And that covers Gunners. So, same again, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, then please like, share it, subscribe. If you didn't like the video, please comment below why. Tell me. I'm always looking for improvements. And thanks for watching, guys.